Hello, Ravneet.
I Hi, I forgot how we did this. Out of practice, I guess.
I know. Well, me too. Me too. I said, "Oh dear!" Like you know what? I think we owe it to the folk to do this.
Yeah,
Um, to just let everyone
that's
know,
true.
what's been going on with us, and that life actually has been going on with us. But just to let you know that what we have been absent, and there's real reasons for all of that. But we're gonna get into that. We were just yakking
Yeah,
backstage. I said, let's take it live right now because then you know what we made just because I'm gonna ask you the same question all over again. Like, so what you been up
that's
to, girl?
true. Well, life is lifing, but I feel like there's a lot. I feel like I it's so interesting. Like after certain something big happens, you feel like, oh, this is it. But then you learn something new, and then you learn something new about yourself and about life. And it keeps it interesting, right? So that's where
Yes,
I'm at. It's interesting, right?
it's I think it's always interesting whether it is
Yeah.
pleasant or not pleasant. It just really
Right.
depends on perspective and how you're choosing to
Yeah.
view what's happening, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like you said, it's a mindset, right? It's if you're always open and learning, it really does. Yeah, that mindset, I think that learning mindset is really changes the way you navigate through life rather than operating from, oh, this is happening to me, or why is this happening, like a victim mindset. It's boring. And I think
Hmm.
life gets really interesting when you start owning your life. And I guess that's where I'm at, where I'm slowly getting at a point where it's like, what do I want, and what do I
Hello,
want to do? Like, oh, hi Sabrina, welcome. It's been a while. How have you been?
it is nice to see you.
Nice to see
Happy to
you.
have you here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's absolutely, and not only that, but you know what I have found? I have found that in the midst of so many things in major tower moments, um,
Yeah.
it gives it definitely gave me an opportunity to put into practice everything that I have been learning along my healing journey. Number one,
Mm,
that what you just said when you said about what not reacting the same way to things, and meaning that what you don't you have a better grip on your emotions. So you're not letting your
mm,
emotions rule the field of whatever's going on. That at some particular point you're able to withdraw yourself and realize that this is crazy. Hello, hello, hello. Mohammed,
welcome. Hi
welcome.
Mohammed. Hi Claudia.
Hello,
Welcome.
Claudia. Welcome,
And
welcome,
people in
welcome.
the chat. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome everyone. It's been a moment, and you're showing up with happy faces and hearts, and it's just nice to. I guess it's just nice to be here again. And like I said,
Yeah.
I thought what we both felt that we owed this to you to just let you know that we have been dealing with life, and we just thought that we'd
Yeah.
come and clear some of it because I know that what we're all dealing with life, and yeah, and sometimes we take an exit, and I certainly have taken my exit. So I cut you off when
Uh,
when you were saying hello, hello, and you were. I did. I cut you off. I'm sorry. I just wanted to
You
acknowledge
didn't.
in the chat as they were pulling in.
Right. No, it's nothing important. I just want to respond to Sabrina. She says, "Good. How are you?" It's been wild, Sabrina. So Well, I did not really state that very clearly, but I moved to India 2 months ago, and I have my family here, but it's still really interesting because I lived overseas for a long duration of time. Um, but yeah, it's been interesting. So yeah. Hi, hi everyone. Hi
Yeah,
Arizek. Hi
today
Sunil.
we are
Welcome.
well, we're good today. And hello, I want to say your name right, Sun.
It's it's Sunil.
What is it?
Sunil.
Sunil. Hello, Sunil. And love the hearts, Claudia. Listen, needing the hearts, girl. Needing the
I
hearts
know.
today. I'm telling you. Listen, your girl talking about going through some things, and as I said, I talked about tower moment. Um, 2 weeks ago, I ended up doing a wellness check on my brother, and this would be my last surviving brother, and finding him expired. And, it wasn't just me, it was me and my niece. So it set off a chain of events that just, I guess, needed to happen. But I'm still, that I've had to censor myself from. And yeah, we're here. And um, even though I miss my brother and I miss our conversations because um, this was the one brother that as I said, last brother, but one that I had a relationship with and was a part of my daily conversation. And I miss those conversations. However, I also respectfully know and I say no, I don't even want to say believe that, he's serving from the spirit realm right now. So, and we've had those conversations. So I've come to find my peace, and doesn't mean that I don't continue to mourn him on some level because he's physically not here, but coming more into the acceptance that, what he is now serving from the spiritual realm. So, and he is needed there. So, you know, but that's what I've been going through. And tower moment in reference to family because there was a lot of disconnect. And so when you have that, if you've been following my channel, you know that I come from toxic family. And there are issues that come with a toxic family. And when someone passes, hello, Theodore, when
Welcome,
someone,
Theodore.
it often brings all of those issues to the forefront. Um, and then some, because it also brings people together who are also unhealed if they have chosen not to. And yeah, so there was a lot of that going on. However, I managed to remove myself, choosing to remove myself, protecting my peace throughout the process, and doing what I needed to do. So that's where I have been at. And as I said, today a good day because there are other good things that have transpired. Heavy, not wanting to leave it heavy because, trust me, his life served great purpose. And I just don't want to make this about my brother, but that is one of the things that I personally have been dealing with. And back to you, Ravneet.
No, that's important because this is not about performing and it's not about just happy moments, right? You're keeping it real. So it's not easy losing someone so close, right?
Mm,
So yeah, I mean, yeah, grief can be heavy, but it's just
it's funny because there's a 12-year difference between me and my brother. So for the past 7 years, we were able to bridge the gap between that 12 years, um, choosing to continue to show up, you know, not following an old family pattern. And so, in the building of that relationship, I was blessed to have that, and blessed to have those conversations, even talking about his end stage and what that would look like, whether it was me or him that went first. What would that look like for one or the other? So, um, I don't think everybody gets to have that because I don't think everyone's having those conversations. But him and I, we did, and it
That's
makes
amazing.
that whole passing a little bit more easier to deal with. You know, you don't have so many unanswered questions in the sky.
Right. Yeah, most of people go through guilt because it's like there's something, it leaves with the feeling like you could have done something or spend more time. So I'm glad that
Mm,
that even it doesn't make it easier, but you still have that satisfaction of spending quality time.
I believe that each tower moment that comes along, and it definitely has been a tower moment, gives everybody a chance to reflect if they choose to. But here's what you know that
Mhm.
not everybody is willing to take that, and some won't. So, whether it's family, whether it's and that's where I mean, like, I don't subscribe to the blood is thicker than water. I think that what I do subscribe to is my peace and accountability. And I will be accountable for my own shit. But I'm definitely gonna make sure that you're accountable for yours. And I'm just leaving it at that, you know? And sometimes it means stepping
Mm.
away, spiritual. Hilda is sending hugs on your brother's transition. Ravneet, I have enjoyed seeing your beautiful post on Instagram since you have been in India. Yes. You know what? I gotta confess, I have not seen them. I have not
I
been.
have been, yeah, I've been sharing little snippets of, my whatever I'm going through. So thanks, Sabrina. It's just fun. I feel like I noticed that people don't really post much on
No,
social media because everybody is just observing. And I was like, I don't know. I want to share what little bits of my life because what's the point otherwise? I don't know. That's
and not
so
only
it's we get comfortable just consuming, right? So yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
and when
Yeah.
you share, it gives a perspective. It gives a perspective. And for those of us that know you, you're given the perspective like boots on the ground from whatever, you know, and the fact that
Right.
you know what from you fact that you're coming from India makes it even that much more powerful in terms of
Right.
the
Yeah.
individual. So don't
Yeah.
underestimate me, okay? Mhm.
What's that?
I said, don't underestimate the power of, you know, what you're doing there. I just need to get over there and check it out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I haven't been, because I'm processing a lot and which I saw it coming. It's not like it was yeah, I saw it coming, but it's still like you said, it's a part of life, but it's just changes can be difficult to
Yes.
just integrate, and it's okay. It's okay. I'm okay with it.
So do you care to discuss what is something that what's the big thing that you are noticing right now that you want to share? Only that of what you want to share, in terms of this, I'm going to call it a transition because you're transitioning. I believe it's a transition.
I have a lot to say, but but I will keep it short. Right now, I think I think I'm just observing the societal conditioning that is still pretty prevalent, and like the gender roles and that whole family dynamics, which I grew up in as well. And um, it's still, in short, like there's still patriarchy still exists
Mhm,
um, m- in India, and it's just, and I know it exists in other parts of the world as well, including the States, because
mhm,
I have a lot of personal experiences where I was shocked because I went to US and there was this domestic violence incident that just happened right across my house, and I was
mhm.
shocked because I thought it's a thing that happens only in India, which is,
Uh-uh.
but it's a thing. So I just want to preface that it's not
It's
just
not
India, but I'm
ending.
just saying,
It's every corner. That's
yeah, doesn't make it normal
no.
anyways.
Yep.
It's still serious and it's still not okay. But I feel like the patriarchy really messes up with my head because it really messed up with my head, and it took me a long time, and I'm still getting out of it in a way. Um,
Mhm.
so, but it's almost like, um, going back full circle. Like that's how I see it. So I left from here, and then I came back, and now I'm seeing things that I went through still there in people, and it's like how, and people are not okay. Like most of the people, I sense a lot of pain.
Mhm.
And I have had conversations with women um, of different age groups, and they're not okay, and they're actually looking for an outlet or different ways to handle the situations they're in. So it's just been interesting, definitely not easy at times, because I'm a ninja that way. I'm like, if I see BS and I know it's BS, it's
Mhm.
like I don't really care. Like I will tell you exactly how it is. But when you see too much of it, which is what I feel is there in India, there's just too much of BS going on.
Yes.
Um, so at times it can be overwhelming. So it's been challenging, but also beautiful at times because um, but that's the whole, I think, the struggle, or rather my journey right now, is to recognize the gifts of my ancestors and my culture, rather than looking at the negative side of it. You know what I mean? Like, so um it's easy to look at what's wrong, because remember, India is still a developing country, and we're because a lot has happened in history, and we got independence in 40s 1940s, so it's not been,
Develop.
yeah, it's still a developing country. So I understand, but it comes with its challenges, because US is like completely, like the systems are already set because they got their independence like in 1700s, late 1800s. They're 200 years ahead, so
Right.
it can mess up with your head because again, it's I think living in America, I felt like it's America really feels like a land only for the entitled. It's not for everyone. And I also see people here who, if you compare to US, they earn barely nothing, but they have a very wholesome life. So it's just really interesting. I mean, like I'm just noticing a lot. Yeah. So
And you mentioned what moving back and seeing that so much was the same, but you weren't because you had changed. You had actually developed.
Right.
You had actually
Right.
through some of the you had done your own transformation of change, been active in your own transformation of change
Excuse
in
me.
terms
Yeah.
of, and recognizing that so many are still subscribed to the you call it patriarchal. Um,
It is patriarchal because
Hello,
it's
John,
so.
hospital.
Oh, hi, John. I hope everything's okay.
Ah,
Okay.
you're all right.
Yeah. It's just I feel like the major issue that I observed is that when you have internalized patriarchy and you don't even question it,
Mm,
that's like and I was talking to you the other day, like that's like the most dangerous people I feel like because they don't see any problem with it. You see what I
mm,
mean? Um, so yeah, it's just been, but I definitely, like you said, there's a purpose um of why I'm here, and so I don't want to take too much burden on myself, which is not mine to carry. Um, I'm just observing, I guess. It's just
I
interesting.
said to you the other day, we are living in, um, listen, whether you want to believe it or not, collapse, collapsing times, transforming times, everything happening seemingly like all at the same time. But my point being is, with all of that happening, we need to recognize it. And I believe that,
Yeah,
some of us have done the work enough to see between all the bullshit and understand and be able to see somebody's pain, not necessarily have to hold it, but see it and actually see it. And just to be the stabilizer in the sense of being your
right,
own, you can be your own person. You can actually go against the freaking grain. You can actually,
right,
you know, and sometimes that's tough because that comes with opposition, and you are not the most liked in the room. But for those that
right.
are onlooking, they see.
Yeah, I think it definitely I feel like walking on this path requires you to develop certain level of perseverance and certain level of like values in your integrated in your system
Yeah,
where you can handle what's being thrown at you or not really thrown at you or where you are, right? True love
yes.
is wisdom. Oh, welcome, Pierre. Okay. Bonjour,
Okay.
Pierre. Is I
Mhm,
I don't understand French, but okay. True love
mhm,
is wisdom. Exactly. And it's very easy to become
mhm.
judgmental. And there is a minute difference between being judgmental and discernment, I think, and that's where you need to have certain routine or certain system that can help you stay centered in this kind of environment because it's very easy to get carried away because you have been there, remember, you've been there. um so
If
um
I said to you, the moment
absolutely.
you find yourself today picking a side, I don't care because we got so much going on. But the moment you find yourself picking a side, it's you've lost. You've lost.
That is so true.
You're not seeing the full spectrum of the situation the moment you start to pick a side. Because when you realize how we are being manipulated, that many things are being orchestrated then you know automatically that there's a game being played to you. So I think that part of it is being able to, you know, navigate and recognize when we are being manipulated and not falling into the trap, which means not giving your energy or your emotion
Right.
to certain things.
That is so true because I think the interesting thing that I was noticing was because I grew up here, and then you have a certain like familiarity with like the people and the culture and this and that. It's very easy to like go back to the same systems, right? And do the same things and think the same way and talk the same way. And it's like, it's really, like you said, I think it's really important to learn to just, how do I say it? And I have been thinking about it a lot. Like we are thrown the information back and forth all the time, um, which does not leave any space for your soul to speak to you, because that's exactly who we should be subscribing to. We should be subscribing to our soul. But it's interesting the way we are. I don't know what else to say here. I don't even know if I'm saying it, or rather talking about this in a way that's in, are you able to get what I'm saying? Like we are, I think
I
it's
think that
interesting. We
it's
are, yeah.
programming exterior. It doesn't take you inward.
Yeah,
The thing
it
is,
does not.
comes in because we talk a lot about performance and like going back to
Right.
exactly what I said, you know what? Performance doesn't bring change. And so real change means when we stop performing. And when you stop performing, it makes it very difficult going back home, walking into the same spaces. In the moment you said, it seems it could be very easy, but it's not anymore. Because when you recognize and you say, I ain't performing no more, you can't perform. So it makes it, and then you do whatever it is that you need to do in order to honor you. And
Yeah.
maybe, am I making sense?
Yeah, I think it's I guess I'm still processing because there's so much information overload here, that it takes you a minute to figure out what is going on, because it's so easy to go with the same narrative. Um, and I often think about this, that not everything is for you. Even if
Mm,
it's right for someone, it might not be for you. But the only way you will ever know what's for you is if you take the time to talk to yourself and to have that connection with yourself, with your higher self, um, with your inner, with your inner divine, right? Because it's not like there's no truth out there, but it's just there's so much noise right now,
you know,
especially in places like India. It's like everybody's a content creator.
yes, yes,
How many
yes,
can you listen to? You're just one person.
yes, yes, yes,
And
yes.
it's also this narrative of, if you don't listen to me, you don't care for me. It's like we have, I don't know if you feel the same way, like unconsciously we think like we're supporting these people, um which we are, but just because we are not there online does not mean that we don't support you. We're still connected. So
And that, but here's another thing. Um, there is online and then there's life. You got to be communicating in life. We have people doing this. You have more people with a phone in their hand, and that's how they're engaging. You got to start engaging with people in life, and I think that that's once it's designed because that flood of creators, um, listen. All some of that is used as distraction, and when you have a lot of, you said people are hurting, can be a form of distraction.
Yeah. So absolutely. It's like we have access to so much information. It's not that it's not happening, but it's not relevant to everyone. It's not. And if it was, then we would be there physically. So it's like it's what is that called? Um like spatial, like spatially you're kind of messed up because we have our phones and we think we are there, which we are not. And like in person we're not
Mm,
fully present, so it's like I don't even know where we are. We're kind of hanging out there somewhere. And our
mhm,
communities suffer and our families suffer because we're not fully present. There is a study that they did in India. It said that 60% of the people using internet are elderly, and they're most of the time they're on their phones. 80% of the elderly are always on their phones. You see what I mean?
and you see, you know why I believe that is? Because they get to engage. They actually get to engage with someone. I think that's
Right.
because unfortunately, by the time one ages, unfortunately, there's not a value. They become devalued, and they become devalued by the people around them with their families, and families aren't engaging, and so they still want to engage, and so they start engaging more on the internet. My
It
that
is. It is.
yeah, that is what I have seen through experience. And so, even my own
Right.
experience, I engage with the internet via to engage with others sometimes.
Right.
Hello, Mira.
I'm welcome. It's just
Like,
interesting. I Sorry.
no, I was just reading the comment on story. Understanding mathematics links is forever. Before that, this is coming from Pierre. Pierre says, sometimes we are confused, and I know. And understanding mathematic link is forever. Not really sure what you mean.
Well, they added a comment before saying,
Yes.
um true soulmate that are forever are linked by mathematic of time rational
Yeah.
logic. Feel that truth.
He says it's in the numbers. He said something about it being in the numbers.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I completely got it. Yes, we all have one. Hmm. Hi, my name is Aina. Welcome, Aina. I hope
So,
I pronounced it right.
Iana, Iana, Iana.
Aina. Beautiful, beautiful name. Hmm.
Is
Welcome. Where are you from? What's going on? Yeah, is I think I feel like the amount of activity online is beautiful. I'm not at all saying because it has helped me at times where I did not have a single person around. But I think we should start questioning um when it starts affecting our everyday life. Montreal, Canada here. Oh, beautiful.
hello, Montreal in the house. Montreal in the house. You know,
Mm.
interesting. We're
It's like
doing
I've
so much.
seen yeah, it's
All the
like I've seen myself. Yeah, I've seen myself where it's like you're so used to being by yourself that you just stop engaging with life. So I've started to question. And of course, there are reasons for that. In the past, maybe you have been hurt or whatever it is. Like, we all have our wounds, but
When one wants to perhaps maybe I'll even use the word isolate. They may want to isolate a little bit more. And I noticed that with myself, a lot going on. But
yeah,
listen, I was invited out, went out and realized, oh my God, this is exactly what I needed, because it became easy to stay in the isolation. And you forget what just being out in human connection really also does. You're engaging. I think that's important too. Even with everything that is going on, you have to find that balance. And you know, that's where the internet, that's not it. You have to engage with people. You do.
yeah,
And I'm saying that for me.
that's true.
Speaking from my own personal experience, in whatever way it is that
No,
you
that's
make that,
a great point. Oh my God. Like I'm thinking now, because how many times do we just watch something and we just scroll rather than giving some feedback or leaving a comment or interacting with the
ye-
person?
yes,
Taking that extra step is, I think it also helps, because then it helps you slow down as well. Because when you're because you're constantly consuming, you're not really interacting.
that
So absolutely.
that's it. That's it. And that's even, what once again, being very cognizant right now, what you are consuming, because there is so much. There's so much I can get, and don't let the internet fund your algorithm. I think it's really very, very important right now because, you know, um, and engaging with real life, engaging with real life, engaging with real life. Yes, that's how
Yeah.
we, and you do find, I'm not going to say that you don't have those moments of, you will find yourself until you attract your vibe, until attract the
Mhm.
people that are on your level or your vibration. You just don't stop trying. I think you just become a clearer magnet, stronger magnet
Right. Right. I
outside.
mean, oh,
Scary, yes.
right.
That's
And that's where I was going. That's where I was going. Because I
that's
think,
the you know
yeah,
that
go ahead.
the gift. But you can. I believe that healing journey. It is a healing journey. But when you putting things into place, like you have proper boundaries, you learn how to read people. All of those things you have to put into play. And you take those lessons of in which what you have learned via that of relationships that were not good, or experiences that were not good. You take what you learned, and after you get to that particular place, you have to go out there and know that you have it again, and that you don't have to stay long in spaces. You recognize how much it is that you're going to give, and you recognize also those people that are resonating on your level, and you be willing. But you have to go out. You have to take a chance or a risk of some kind. But I do believe it is scary. It is scary. Scary because you know what? That scariness came from negative experiences of when you did receive the negative aspect of putting yourself out there, trusting, having that trust violated, or being misunderstood over and over and over
Right.
again. There is a Listen, we are at that place in life of where we are experiencing a degree of separation. There's a separation. You just got to find the people that are more like you. You will find people that are
Right.
resistant to change. They are very invested in the old way of thinking. They will always be. And
And I also want to add that if you keep putting yourself in spaces where people actually wound you and re-traumatize you, that's your lesson. First of all, to take yourself out of spaces which constantly
that's right.
trigger you, because it will reinforce the same belief that people are scary.
That's right.
But that's it's like, when the wound is raw, you should not touch it, because if you keep touching, keep poking, it will never heal. It's like that, putting yourself in situations and recognizing, this is not my table, right? This is not where I sit. So
Hmm.
that is also important. And then once you have done the cleanup, which I call the cleanup because it really is cleanup, then you find out it's not like you're looking for people, which, and I'm also giving this advice to myself because I am in the same dilemma kind of situation, is to find things that you like to do, right? And of course, if you do something that brings you joy, then you'll meet people that also are like you know. And it's like there's this line from Mel Robbins or someone I shared on my channels a few weeks ago. It said that we're not here to find soulmates. We are here to live our lives, and and while we are doing that, while we are doing the things that bring us joy, we will find people that actually are supposed to be with us. But we're not here to find soulmates. We're not here to find the one. I think it is an interview. I think Mel Robbins interviewed someone. It's on my channel if you want to
So true,
take
though.
a
You're here
right.
to have experiences and
Yes.
just and learn from those experiences, from multidimensional ways of thinking. Learn from all of those experiences, and not get trapped into that box thinking that most of
Yeah.
society allow or
Yeah.
keeps you engaged in, via all their entities that they have in place, whether it's TV. Well, now, you know what? The very device you have in your hand, once again, if you're not, you know,
Yeah.
thinking
It's
about what,
interesting. Yeah.
yeah,
It's really interesting because the whole system is created. It's just genius. Because the other day I went to this party. Well, I wasn't aware who all I'm going to meet, but then I met with these people that who know my parents, but I don't know them personally. And I won't go into the details, but what ended up happening was that these are the kind of people you don't want to hang out with.
mm,
Okay. But then putting yourself in situations like that will, of course, make you angry because people are crossing boundaries that they shouldn't.
mhm,
And people are getting into your private privacy where they shouldn't. Right. So
mhm,
it's like, I was angry at myself for putting
mhm,
myself into that kind of position. So it's on me, right? And
mhm,
that's where I was talking before, like, to recognize, and that's where you become your own parent, to recognize, hey, um, do should I go here? Is this really good for my mental health and my emotional health? Even and to really, I think it's important. At one point you become, yeah, it's like your garden. Do you just throw weeds everywhere? Like, seriously? Like, do you just you know? It's like
your
that's your
energy.
garden. Yeah,
Who
your energy is your garden. So,
access to my energy? Because
right.
give access to the wrong people your energy.
Yeah.
Ooh, their energy leaks
And
into yours. And ooh,
it's isn't that interesting? Now that's another belief. I don't know if anyone else relates to it. The belief that, oh, you should be kind to everyone. No, no, no,
no,
no, no,
no,
no. But
no.
that's what I was taught. I was taught like, oh, you know what? If you know who you like, nobody should. The belief system was that um, you're so strong that I am so strong. Nothing. I don't care. Like I'm so cool. Nothing affects me. No,
What,
you're
what,
stupid.
that's being kind all the time.
Right.
I think, are you honoring yourself? I'm going to be kind to you, but I'm going
Yeah. What
to
about me? You're not
you.
being kind to yourself. Yeah.
Ah, mean, like, we're not taught to honor self. We're not taught to honor
Right.
our feelings. If we were to go
Yeah.
inward and ask ourselves, how do I feel before engaging in most situations? We would engage at all. But most of our engaging comes through programming, becomes through performance. I need to do this, or, because it's the thing to do. No, what am I feeling? Because oftentimes we walk
Yeah.
into places in whatever that are not even safe for us because we look away from what it is that we are feeling. And we experience an experience of in which, what, inwardly we were told, mm-mm, mm-mm. But performance makes
Right.
us walk into that room. Well, I'm happy
And
to say I didn't walk in the room. I chose not to
of
perform. I
course,
not to perform. And it's a beautiful
yeah.
thing.
It's like sometimes, and even Claudia is mentioning that they have been raised like that. Now I'm
Yeah.
not like that. But I mean, the I was raised to abandon myself. I was
Me too.
raised to like, and if I did not abandon myself, I felt guilt. Imagine the amount of
Yes.
imagine the amount of abandonment you have been, inculcated in you, that you feel guilty just protecting yourself, just thinking good about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Like wow. The amount of brainwashing. Like even now, I was questioning at this particular party. I was about to cross question that particular person. Like it's none of your business. And
Right.
what my mom did, she answered it. She answered what they were asking. I'm like, dude. And I did not even talk to that person, but I was angry at my mom then because I was like, if
Yes.
someone comes to your house and asks you, where is your jewelry? Are you going to tell them?
Yes.
Why do you give away your information? It's your privacy.
Mm,
Why? You don't owe anyone anything. And she was like, you're right. But then I just told them because I wanted them to leave. I'm like, you're stupid, aren't you? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
but
Because,
instead of putting a boundary into place, it's a boundary
see, that's
place
what
and
I
no.
was saying. Yeah,
Mm,
that's what I was telling her. I was like, I wanted to challenge them because I don't think they were ever challenged. And that's why they are here, right?
yes.
Think of you better. It was scary all the time. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And like, even this is called selfish in my culture. They call it
Mhm,
selfishness. I'm like, call it whatever you want.
exactly.
I'm like, but it does affect you if you keep putting yourself in environments like this. Like, don't look for it. Don't look for trouble. Like, seriously.
Thing. How is it? How is it going to affect my peace? How is it going to affect my peace? That's
Yeah,
more. You try to
that's it.
when you find your peace. How is it going to affect my peace? That's the
Right. And
and
it's also tribal mentality, right? Where it's like, I don't want to uh make one tribe member mad because then they might push me out of the tribe. Like, what are you talking about? What
Right.
are you talking about? Right? It's really like that. It's like you are enabling the other person because you're living in that tribal mentality of abandoning yourself for the sake of the tribe. While now the tribe is your bottleneck, right? Um, it's just interesting. I'm like, why don't we question these people? Like, they need to be questioned. Sometimes you need to poke people because they have never been poked. And I think you're doing them a favor when you do that because you can let them sit in their mess and you
What,
can.
what the moment you challenge the status quo by doing something different, you have poked the bear. The moment that you say, I'm not going to be your scapegoat, you did poke the bear, and it highlights what's really in the room, what the real issue is in
Right.
the room. And when you're coming from that
Mm,
tribe, I won't even
that's
call it a
true.
going to talk at that, clearing very much toxicity. So with that toxicity comes
Yes.
that mob mentality, that what we call groupthink, that gotta all think the same, not be individualized, because
Oh my God. Yeah.
the status quo, and then it becomes a whole other thing. Hmm.
Yeah. It is about that. It's just interesting. It's like, I
It
don't know.
is.
It's like I think as a child, it is these all of these systems are scary for you because you are at an age where it's hard for you to understand or comprehend these systems. But you're an adult now, and I think that requires you to build yourself. And of course, you don't get it in a day, but like constantly like work on yourself and like get rid of all of this bullshit. It's not helping you. It's not helping you move forward in life, right?
No.
I don't know.
ex-
It yeah. It takes the same amount of energy to keep repeating the same shit, and it takes the same amount of energy to do something about it. So
mm,
might as well do something about it. And the thing is that you will still process it. You will still carry it in the future. Why are you carrying it? It's not even yours. So that's why it's so important to get these
you,
things.
here's the deal. So much of that tower moment that I talked to you about earlier that happened in my life, that came with so much undealt with stuff. That's what created the tower moment, you know? And I said, I dealt with mine. I'm not dealing with theirs. Mm, simple as that. And so we must think that, because you know what? My peace is more important. My healing is more
Right.
important. And when we center up like that, which we are not programmed to do, we are programmed to, take care of everybody else's feelings, and we know for a fact that not everyone is properly taking care of their feelings, right?
Right. It's just interesting. Like it's and us and like my the way I grew up, if the tower moment happens for other people, even then, like the empathy is like too much, right? it's
Yeah,
it's it's in the wrong direction. It's like, dude, no, it's not your area. Like, it's not your area. And that is what respect is at the end of the day, to let people make the choices that they want to make. And
exactly.
of course, if they seek out help them out if you want to. If But it's not
Exactly.
your job to help either. Like, it's out of your willingness to do it. It's not. You can just, you know it's just
It's
interesting. It's just, I mean, in the past, I used to just internalize, and I was a very quiet child because I was observing the whole time, because I knew no matter what I say, I'm not going to be heard. So I would just observe and observe and observe.
I was a very shy kid, extremely
Same,
shy.
same.
Felt just like you. Wouldn't matter what I said it anyways. They wouldn't hear me.
I was smart enough to know that I won't be heard, so I am not wasting my energy here. But of course, that comes with its own set of issues because you internalize everything, which
And
is
it
what,
uses this up. It closes your
yeah,
throat shut.
which blocks your throat chakra and causes a lot of other issues.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's just everybody deals with it differently, and it's so interesting to just observe. Um, mm, yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Yes.
you have siblings, so your siblings acted in a different way, and you acted in different ways. It's just interesting
Yes. And
to observe.
that's where I go to this. We all are, first of all, individuals. And, some of us have an assignment. I won't say some. I think we all have them. We all have some reason
Yeah,
on why we're brought here. It's to figure it out. And, means that you actually do the work of figuring it out. And not everybody is. A lot of people are just going on, and some of those people are your family members.
I know, but it's just so stupid. It's like when you like, it's just so interesting, and even we do it, right? I do it. It's like, why won't you just accept and move on? But no, we will like take the dead body, like keep it keep it hung to our feet and like drag it all over our life. Why would we do that? Like,
You
it's
know
just
what it
interesting.
be, and it becomes very taxing carrying somebody else's
Yeah.
shit. And when you carry them around in your head, that's the thing. They rob you of the here and the now because that's the thing right there. You can physically remove yourself, but don't go lugging them around in your head because you may as well just stay it all in it. Don't go keep going over the same shit. Know that you made your right decisions and keep that shit moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Right, right.
My God, it's just interesting. It's just interesting times.
It is
And
interesting.
also, like, also the way I used to handle conflict is so different now. I used to be like aggressive, preachy, which I probably still am, but I try to not to. Um, very very aggressive because I was angry, right? Of course, like um
Me
but
too.
now it's just, yeah, but now it's just different. It's more like it's coming from a very grounded place, so it impacts other, and I can see the difference because
But that's because you took control over your emotion. You took responsibility over your own responses
yes,
to the situation.
yes,
Accountability.
right. And it's just interesting because it's
Right.
get, like, get on with it. It's so important. It's so underrated, I feel like, because especially empathic people don't know when to stop.
Yeah.
And it took me a lot of like painful, painful moments to understand when to stop.
Yeah.
Like you said, like the emotions are beautiful, but if they are in the wrong direction, oh my God, it's not
I
helping
stopped
anybody.
thinking, dude, I stopped I stopped thinking it was my job to either
Mm.
things
Yeah.
or to st- I stopped. I stopped being the healer, or I stopped being
Oh my god, yes, the wounded healer.
the
Yes.
I stopped. I stopped it all, and then I recognized in a freaking mirror, like shit. I recognized my own bullshit. You know, and just recognize
Same.
my own
Same.
that shit.
Same. I'm
Gonna get
like, dude, you're not watching, you're not listening.
that's right, and exhausting my energy, walking around, saying, "Why am I so drained?" Well, I just gave all my energy away to someone and didn't see it for what it really. Nor did
I
I
think that
give it
I
away.
think that yeah, that was our way to care. Like we wanted someone to take care of us like that, so we did it for others.
No
That's what
one
we do,
gives that back in such a way.
right?
Really,
But
like
that
that. No,
the no doesn't
mm,
work like that.
no, it doesn't. No, it
Oh
does not.
my god, I had this full thing like I want to help everyone. I'm like even now I struggle with it sometimes, and I feel like what am I doing here?
Yes,
And it's like I'm like, no, I need to focus on my life. And if someone needs me, they'll let me know. Okay. I need to keep living my life.
to pour into. Who to pour into and who's pouring into you. When you're pouring into someone, who is pouring back into you? Because oftentimes we've been pouring into a freaking fucking sieve that just keeps going. Yeah.
I still I
Mhm.
still struggle with it sometimes. And of course, when I recognize it, I'm like, okay, no. But
Yeah.
I do struggle with it even now. Because the emotional part comes in and you're um, like that whole habit of helping everyone is still, so prominent. But
That's
it's
it.
good. It's good that eventually I get it, even if not right then in that moment.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about this journey, because that makes the journey so magnificent. I say is the aha moments. Whether it's an oops, I did that again. I'm not going to do that again. That just means like, what? I think along the journey, you realize that you don't do anything the same way, nor do you do the same length of time anymore. That's a part of it. I got it. Even, that's, and then eventually, I think there's certain you just don't do anymore because your awareness and centeredness is very much intact. And mhm,
Yeah.
going
I
back,
think the mo
just stay centered.
yeah, and even today when I was sitting in the sun, I was like, I sometimes just sit with nothing and I'll just observe and certain things just click. And
Mhm.
I was sitting and I was like, maybe the point of life is not to be something, but rather to just be yourself and just live your life. It's not about becoming XYZ or to look a certain way or to, it's just simple life, the experience of life itself. And that is the most radical thing you can do during these times, especially because everybody's telling you to be something, look a certain way, talk a certain way, eat a certain way, this, that. Everybody's telling you to do something.
Mm. Mhm. Once again, everything's exterior, not focus on what do I feel, what do I want to do? I don't know because you're too busy trying on everything else or conforming to a protocol of some kind and not your own.
And that also tells me how much disconnected we are from ourselves.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because I know that. at one point I was super addicted to television. Like I when I say addiction, like my addictions are 0 to 1. Okay?
Yeah.
Either it's 1 or 0. It's never in between. No.
No.
And my addiction with TV was so much like okay. But it took my mind a certain level of expertise and experience to understand that I'm bullshitting myself. Okay?
Mm,
I'll just say it like that. But I think that's what it is. We get confused because we're not sure about it. We're not sure. That's not our experience. That's why we get confused.
yes.
But when you're sure about yourself, you'll nobody can confuse you.
That's right.
So that tells me we don't know ourselves.
That's right.
And that's why we get distracted. Oh, maybe this is me. Maybe that's how I feel. So it's in a way to know ourselves. I think we get lost, like
Yeah,
someone pointed out in the chat um, before, you know.
that's raising your self-awareness. You have to be aware
It
of
is
stuff.
self awareness. It is
Yeah.
self awareness. Like
Yeah.
right now, I just can't, like, even if I try, I just can't watch a lot of television. I just cannot because my mind just rejects it. My mind is like, this is stupid. I know it.
Yes. 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 Visiting somebody,
So
it's not even reality.
it's not reality, it's made
It's
up.
made up.
In the
Even
past, I would totally,
TV, it is made up. You know what I mean? There's a price tag behind behavior and all of that, and things are
yeah,
programmed. It's crazy. What are you giving your time to? Yeah, that's the power, though. That's the power of coming out of the spirit.
that's the thing. But I feel like our woundings is like a breeding ground for what what we are going through right now because everybody's lost and that is perfect for uh fast fashion, uh like television entertainment because you're distracted. So that is just perfect because you don't know who you are anymore.
Right, right, right. And with everything that is breaking down around us, and I'm going to say that you know what, it's becoming more difficult to distract yourself. So for all those people that want to you know it's definitely becoming more difficult.
Yeah, it's just interesting. I don't know. I keep thinking about all of these things because I know everybody is trying to connect, but I don't know if you're really connecting. It feels more like, I don't know, that's something we should, I think, question ourselves because, like, what are we really doing? What are we trying to do? What is our intention and what are we getting out of it?
Performance connections, and I don't think connection, that's not to be said for everyone, but I do think that a lot of connections are out of performance, and like you said, the most of the interactions are distractions. Let's distract ourselves, but when it comes to dealing with real core shit, I don't see a lot of that, you know? I don't. I see avoidance. I think I see things being masked as something,
Yeah.
and it's harder to keep that mask afloat.
Yeah, because I've thought about it and I don't know where we're going. Maybe we can, we're just processing, I guess. Like, I've talked to different people about it and they're like, what else should we do? Like, yeah, like I'm okay. I'm not engulfed in it. But everybody is. And it's like we just don't, it's so much a part, like inherently part of our day to day lives that we just think it's normal and it's nothing and it's not affecting you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
something to
is
think about.
something to
Yeah.
think about. Something to think about. Well, we are 9 minutes past the hour,
Yes, we
and
are.
I am so happy to have spent this time with all of you. I've actually missed I've missed
Yes.
and I'm so happy that we did this morning. I once again so nice to engage with you, baby girl. I you know it,
Likewise.
um you up to things, and that's a beautiful thing. As these conversations are, and as all of you, anyone that took the time to show up, and whether you stayed for a while or whatever, you were all appreciated today. So, and it was started right from the beginning, live chat. You are also very much appreciated.
Loved seeing all the messages. I forgot to read. Sabrina says, yes, just be your authentic self. Oh, yeah. It's just,
Anyone?
it's not easy. Yeah. Just be your authentic self.
Yeah,
Like Sabrina spends a lot of time in nature. So I guess she knows what she's saying.
she does.
I need more grounding.
Yes,
I
I
need
did.
more grounding.
Like as I said to you in when we were talking earlier, that one of the things I have been doing is I've been going for my walk. And whether that it's not even so much about the distance, but it's getting myself out there and just also acclimating to the temperature because we're like -10 today. So, but it's not bad when you bundle up, you get yourself going,
Right.
and get yourself out there. I got one of those heated vests, that you plug in and it heats up. So, I think
Interesting.
it took
Right.
a while
It
for me to be my authentic self. Yes,
I love that for you. I it is a feat for sure. I mean, and something that we continue to do, I guess. Um
absolutely. I
so
think that's
that's
true
beautiful.
when you find your authenticity, and I think that's what you attracted to. There may be a vacant space for a while until that happens, but I do believe that the people align, like we're aligning here today. We just lined up with one another via that internet that
Yes.
can is negative as anything. We brought the positive to it in aligning up here
Right.
today. Powerful, powerful.
Absolutely. That's true.
So, anything else you'd like to share before we go?
No, I think I'm still processing, as you can see.
I can.
But it's just ooh,
We
but
can talk on, but you know what? That's up to you. Because if you're still processing and there's something you want to share, give it to me, baby girl. Let's process. That you
no,
would
it's
say,
just
talk about it.
no, it's just like I found myself doom scrolling too, and I was like, why am I doing this? Like it's interesting because I don't do that, and I've been doing that quite a lot. Um, so I was just like, why am I doing this? Makes you wonder. Or I guess they're getting really good at distracting at distracting us because the algorithm really shows you exactly who you are and what you like.
You,
Yeah, it's
you went from one schedule into creating a whole different schedule in different environment too, because you're not in your own environment right now. You're in a shared environment
no,
that makes
yeah,
every change up right for you. So you remember you're going through a change. You're still acclimating to your.
yeah, yeah. I guess that's my way of coping. Um, but yeah, I don't like shaming myself, but I was just trying to understand like what's going on. And like you said, I think a lot has changed, but yeah, maybe it's just need more time to be
And
okay.
sometimes, you know what I'm going to say this. Sometimes you just need to be into whatever it is. You know, just lose yourself. Just lose yourself, right?
That's
And then
true.
stuff again, right?
Yeah, that's why I like to read because it takes you to a different world. But it's interesting, there are things that we think are better than the others, but their objective is really the same. So why
Yeah.
is one better than the other? It's just interesting. Voice
Talking about
reading.
really enjoying audiobooks because,
You are?
it stops the scrolling, number 1, but it allows me to I'm one of these people that, what, I also like to work with me, so I can be doing something, or it can just let me just, you know, take it all in, right? But I've been enjoying some good audiobooks. Yeah.
That's amazing. I've been
Yeah.
reading too. Um, so it's nice. Reading is great. All right.
So we're out of here.
That's all I yeah, we're out of here. But thanks everyone. It was so nice to see you all. And if you watch the replay, feel free to leave a comment. We love to
Yes.
interact. It's
Yeah.
I guess I'm out of practice. It's like it feels like
No,
I'm a little bit
yeah,
all over the place.
listen, I'm me too. Uh, however, um, great live, great live.
Great life.
It was, authentic, that's for sure, as we always are. Anyway,
Yeah.
if you haven't already, hit the like button, um, hit the share button if you think somebody else could enjoy this, and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. In the meantime, make a great Saturday or Saturday evening.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Take care, everyone. Bye.